You ever have that feeling, you're on the edge of doing something, asking for a raise, starting that project, talking to someone you're interested in, but you're just frozen? That hesitation, that deep fear of what might go wrong, it's something we all feel. But what if we've been looking at the risk all wrong? Okay, let's dive into this.
Seriously, just take a second and think about this. When you're standing there about to make a choice, what's the real danger here? Is it taking the leap and maybe failing, or is it never leaping at all and always wondering what could have been?
So, on one side, you've got rejection. Yeah, it stings, no doubt about it. But it's a short-term pain, it's finite. You get over it, and you know what? You actually learn something. But on the other side, you have regret. And that's not a quick sting. It's a dull, constant ache. It's that endless what-if playing on a loop in your head for years. It's a lesson you never even gave yourself the chance to learn.
And that what-if, it's more than just a passing thought. For way too many people, it becomes a prison, a cage you build for yourself, brick by brick, with every missed opportunity.
Just listen to the certainty in that quote from Pook. It's not sometimes better or usually better, it's always better. That comes from the deep, lasting pain of a life spent looking backward, always wondering, always second-guessing.
And here's the really crucial part. It's a cycle. Every time you choose hesitation, you're just reinforcing the bars on that prison. You get more used to wondering, and it makes taking action the next time even harder. It's a feedback loop that just keeps you stuck. So, to break out of this prison, we need the key, right? And that key is understanding what you're really afraid of. It's not just some vague idea of failure. It's actually something much more specific, much more primal.
Deep down, the fear of being told no is an incredibly powerful force. It's so uncomfortable that our brains, usually without us even realizing it, create these elaborate defense mechanisms, these shields, to protect our ego from taking that hit. In The Rational Male, these shields get a name: buffers. Now, even though the source talks about them in a dating context, this idea applies to everything in life. They're the little mental tricks we play on ourselves to soften the blow of a potential no. Let's look at a few. There's the scarcity mindset, which is basically settling for what's safe so you don't have to risk going for something better. Then there's objectification, where you emotionally detach so it doesn't feel so personal. And of course the classic, disqualifying. That's the old sour grapes move. After you get rejected, you suddenly decide you never really wanted it anyway because it was low quality. Sound familiar to anyone?
And here's the real danger. These aren't just temporary fixes. If you use these buffers enough, they stop being excuses and they start becoming your actual identity. That little defense mechanism becomes just the way I am, a permanent shield that keeps you from ever taking a real risk.
All right, so if we know about the prison and we know about the shields that keep us locked inside, what's the master key to get out? Well, it's actually a pretty simple but powerful rule. This, right here, this is the mantra. This is the core idea that slices through all the fear, all the excuses. It's the one thing you have to hang on to when you feel that hesitation creeping in.
Let's just sit with that for one more second because it's so important. Rejection happens, it hurts for a little while, and then it's over. You move on. But regret festers. It's like a slow-acting poison that infects your memories and destroys your confidence for the future.
Okay, so knowing the rule is one thing. Actually living by it is something else entirely. So let's talk about some real, practical mental tools you can use to put this whole philosophy into action.
So how many times have you told yourself you're just waiting for the perfect moment? The perfect thing to say, the perfect time to launch, the perfect conditions. This line from Pook is designed to just shatter that whole idea. The hunt for perfection is usually just a fancy excuse for not doing anything.
This just perfectly captures that feeling of breaking free. It's about letting go of that tight, controlled mindset and just embracing the messy energy of doing something. So next time you're about to hesitate because things aren't perfect, just tell yourself, perfection is boring, and see what happens.
Now, this is a huge shift in thinking. We're all taught that failure is the absolute worst thing that can happen. But what if succeeding at something small and safe is the real failure? Because it means you never even tried to find out what you were really capable of.
So let's just redefine failure right now. It's not the end, it's data. Pook has this great analogy. It's like building muscle. You have to stress it, tear it down just a little bit for it to grow back even stronger. Every no you get is a workout for your resilience. It's a lesson for the next try. And finally, this is your bedrock of confidence from Dr. Robert Glover's work. This isn't about pretending everything will be great.
It's about trusting that you can handle it even if it isn't. When you truly believe that you can handle any outcome, the fear of a bad one starts to lose its power over you.
So we've gone through the what, the why, and the how. We've decoded the fear, we've armed you with the mental tools to fight back. But there is one last, absolutely crucial step.
Look, you can understand everything we've talked about perfectly. You can nod along, agree with all of it, but if you don't actually do anything with it, nothing in your life changes. Knowledge only becomes wisdom when you go out and use it. And just to really drive home the stakes, here's a pretty blunt thought from Robert Greene. Again, while the context is specific, the principle is universal. Hesitation isn't just a private failure. Other people see it, and they often lose respect for the inaction they're witnessing.
So, we end right back where we started, with the question. But this isn't just a thought experiment anymore. This is a direct challenge to you. We've laid out the framework. The rest is your move. So, what's one small action you're going to take today to choose the sting of rejection over the poison of regret?